Since the release of Bastard in 2009, Tyler the Creator has had a very successful career. Over the years, his 2013 album Wolf became a fan favorite. However, before its release, there was an entirely different version of Wolf from 2010. It is believed that the album had 20 tracks and was his darkest piece of work to date. Today we're going to be talking about Tyler the Creator's most infamous lost album, Wolf 2010. So recently I've been getting a lot of alternate versions of Wolf in my recommended, and I somehow stumbled upon Wolf 2010. After getting the idea to make a video about Tyler's lost songs similar to the X one I did a couple weeks ago, I saw it was already done. It was a very good video by All Things Lost, and I highly recommend checking it out, but I wanted to highlight Wolf 2010 a little more than that video since I find it particularly fascinating. So let's take a look into the lost Tyler the Creator album. So when it comes to Wolf 2010, there are a lot of rumors and unconfirmed details, but we do know for a fact that it was very much so real. After Bastard, it's rumored that Tyler had a project in the works called Zombie Circus. I can't really find any proof for Zombie Circus other than this tweet from a friend that lists Zombie Circus alongside a bunch of other unreleased projects. Tyler also mentioned Zombie Circus in the songs Couch and Bastard. It's rumored to have a song called Rotten Sarah, which would be the sequel to the song Sarah from Bastard. Regardless of whether or not it's real, it's believed that Zombie Circus was turned into Wolf 2010. So in 2010, Tyler began working on an album called Wolf. He says he has a song on Wolf that will get him banned from MTV, BET, and get him a lawsuit. So maybe the rumors about the album being very dark are true. He continues tweeting about Wolf, saying that it'll be a hard album to top. However, about a month later, Tyler tweets that he's no longer going to be releasing Wolf that year, and that he's planning on stashing it away. He also says that the song Tron Cat was going to be on Wolf, but we all know it ended up on Goblin. He then goes on to say how Wolf is basically done, but he planned to release Goblin next. A lot of people think the album was pushed back because of the deal he signed with XL. In 2010 or 11, I can't quite remember, Tyler signed a one-album record deal with XL, and the big rumor is that the label thought the album was too dark and edgy, which is why he couldn't release it, which is pretty interesting considering how edgy Goblin was. In December of 2010, he says instead that Tron Cat is going on Goblin, and a song Berlin is going on Wolf. But on one fateful day, on January 4th of 2011, Tyler tweeted that his laptop crashed, and he lost all of his beats for Wolf and the album covers. But later that month, he tweeted that Good Morning, Berlin, and Half are the best beats he made, and then claimed that Wolf was going to drop in 2012. It's likely that the beat for Berlin was not actually lost, or he just remade the beat and continued working on Wolf 2010. But that was the last he would tweet about Wolf for a while until February of 2012, when he said Wolf might fail because people are expecting too much from him. But it's very possible he's referring to the Wolf we all know and love today. Wolf 2010 is believed to have 20 tracks on it. All of the songs we have are as follows. The intro track is called Wolf or One and was leaked by an unknown source. Another track we have is called Lucky Charms and it was leaked in 2012. It's actually a really good song and I really enjoy it.
When I say wolf cat, you say fuck that. Room full of wolves and haters and you want rap.
We also have the finished versions of Fish and Tron Cat since they were put on Goblin. We have the instrumental for the song Sherry. We also have a snippet for the song Mars and a snippet for the song Toilet Milk or Ass Milk 2, which is a sequel to the song Ass Milk with Tyler and Earl Sweatshirt. Somehow Icy Twat has the unreleased song Toilet Milk and played a snippet on his story.
Guess who's back? The tall skinny nigga with big earlobes. The half Nigerian that knows right where the spirit goes.
You're Drunk is another snippet we have, and apparently Icy Twat also has this one. If you guys don't know Icy Twat, he's like a legendary underground producer, and he produced songs like Get Off the Leash by Baby Santana. His sound is very different from Tyler's, but he says Tyler's a big influence, so I think that's really funny. He has a bunch of unreleased songs. Songs that were missing include Nino, Annie, Berlin, which Tyler talked about a bit on Twitter, Bitches Brewin' 2, which is the sequel to Bitches Brewin' from the OF tape, Good Morning, another song that Tyler says is one of his best beats, WSUP, or What's Up, I'm assuming, In the Sun, a song that he mentions in a 2010 interview, Chewbacca, Unorthodox, Mitten Kitten, and Half, another song that he mentioned the beat on Twitter. The final lost song off of Wolf 2010, which some fans regard as the ultimate Tyler Grail, is called Llama. Apparently, it was considered to be put on Goblin, but Earl's mom wouldn't let him release it since Earl had a verse. This is around the time that Earl's mom had sent Earl away to a boarding school in Samoa. A snippet from Llama had been leaked on some leak website after being put up for sale, insinuating that someone out there has the full song. Tyler also rapped his verse for Llama in an interview, which was edited onto a remade version of the Llama beat.
My mom caught me jacking off to Hannah Montana with a banana peel, sipping a cherry Fanta to match my dress and my purple heels.
With a lot of these lost songs, you can find remade beats and edited versions and a lot of things like that, but they're meant to emulate how the song probably would have sounded. The songs Wolf Swag, Let 'Em Go, Adam's Family, and the original version of Bitch Suck Dick are also rumored by some to be on the album. This track list is nowhere near confirmed. The only songs we can be certainly certain were meant for Wolf were Tron Cat and Berlin. Berlin. Using the sound of some of these songs and the time frame, it's likely that a lot of the snippets and songs I mentioned were also meant for Wolf. Well, as we know, Tyler's computer crashed and lost a lot of the beats for Wolf 2010. We aren't sure if all of them were lost or just some of them were. We also know that he was probably working on it after the crash, since he mentioned Berlin in the same tweet as Good Morning and Half and Half. It's also believed that some of the songs for the album were either reworked or just plainly put on Goblin, since songs like Fish and Tron Cat made their way to Goblin too. Especially since Goblin is a very dark album and Wolf 2010 is also rumored to be very dark, so it's likely that more songs we don't even know about were put on the Goblin track list. Is it possible that some songs from Wolf 2010 made their way to the 2013 edition of Wolf? It's possible, but based on Tyler's sound shift from 2010 to 2013, it's not super likely. He very openly stated that he wanted to move away from his old sound. Another thing I wanted to mention was the cover art. Tyler did say that he lost the cover arts too in his computer crash, so it's likely that the Wolf cover arts were among those cover arts that were lost. The cover art I used in the thumbnail isn't likely to be real, but the user from Lost Media Wiki that I got the cover from says, I was searching around on YouTube trying to find a good Wolf 2010 playlist, and that cover I posted showed up, and I thought it was probably a real cover. Someone asked the creator of the video if it's the cover, and he confirmed it's probably an alternate cover. I'm not so sure on this one. So as you can see, we have rock solid evidence that this is the real cover. Wolf 2010 is a fascinating lost project that myself and a lot of other fans really want to hear. Based on leaks like Lucky Charms and snippets like Toilet Milk, it sounds like it could have been a really good project, and I'm really disappointed we'll probably never hear it. Fans can only hope that one day Llama will leak onto the internet. Let me know in the comments what songs you guys want to hear from Wolf 2010. If you like this video, you may like the video where I talked about the time Tyler did heavy metal and his relationship with the band Trash Talk. The video will pop up in the top right of the screen, so make sure to check that out. Other than that, this has been Matty Balls. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.